Rachel Alford, and welcome to this episode of Learn, Make, Create with Annie's Creative Studio. In today's episode, we're going to go over how to make the Chunky Crochet Shrug, designed by Tammy Hildebrand. I love the construction of this shrug and how cozy it is. We're going to learn how to do the star stitch today, the back post and front post treble crochet, single crochet decrease, and the reverse single crochet. If you're a member, you can download this pattern now. And if you're not a member yet, you can sign up today to start downloading and watching for free. Okay, let's grab our hook and yarn and let's get started. For the shrug, you will need a bulky size 5 weight yarn, but I don't have that on hand, so I will be using a worsted weight yarn. And for the pattern, it calls for an L 8.0 millimeter crochet hook. But again, since I'm using a thinner yarn, I'm just going to be using an H 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. But when you make it, get bulky and an L hook so that the gauge can match. And then a tapestry needle and a stitch marker. To begin the shrug, you will need to chain the specified number that is listed in row 1 according to what size you're making. And so I'm making a smaller swatch, so I loosely chained 57. And on row 1, it says that you need to single crochet in the second chain from your hook, so into the chain there. And then after you single crochet across the whole chain, then you're supposed to place your marker where it specifies in the pattern. Since I'm making a smaller swatch, I did 28 stitches in, but that's going to depend on what size you are making. So into the second chain from my hook, 1, 2 is right here, and I will single crochet. And it says to just do this all the way across until you reach your first chain that you did. So I'm going to do that, and then let's meet back up on row 2. As you can see, I have finished row 1 by single crocheting across and turned my work. Now I am ready to chain 3 to begin row 2. And then in row 2, it says begin star stitch. So how we do that is first inserting our hook into the second chain that we just made. So not this chain, but the middle chain here. Insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, and then into the next chain, this first chain that you made, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook, and then into the first single crochet right here. So in the pattern, it says the chain 3 does not count as a stitch. However, we will be working this single crochet here. So working into the back loop of that first single crochet, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, and then over the next 2 single crochets, you will be working into the back loop and drawing up loops. So this is the front loop right here that's facing you. And if you rotate your work, you can see the back loop. The back loop is right here. So just inserting it under the back loop, I'm going to draw up a loop and then again, draw up a loop into the next stitch. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. And then I'm going to chain 1. So that is the beginning star stitch. Now we're ready to do a regular star stitch. To begin the star stitch, you're going to insert your hook into the eye that you made when you chained 1. And then you're going to draw up a loop. And then working into the side of the star stitch made, so right under the eye of the star stitch, you're going to insert your hook and drop a loop. And then working into the back loop that was already worked from the previous star stitch. So right here, again, insert your hook, drop a loop. And then we have these 2 single crochets, and we're going to work in the back loops and drop a loop. So 4 and then 5. So we have 6 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 6. And then to finish that star stitch, I chain 1. So let's do it one more time together. I'm going to insert my hook into the eye of the star stitch right there and drop a loop. Working into the side of the star stitch, I'm going to insert my hook and drop a loop. And then into the back loop that was already worked. And I'm drawing up a loop into the next 2 single crochets individually, insert my hook, drop a loop, and then again, insert my hook into the next single crochet and drop a loop. And I have 6 loops, so I did it correctly. I will yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and chain 1. So I'm going to do this all the way across, and then we will meet back up at the end of the row, and I can show you how to do the end star stitch. Here I am at my last stitch of row 2, and I'm going to show you how to do the ending stitch for the stars. So to begin, you're going to insert your hook into the eye of the star stitch you just made. So just like how we have been doing with the star stitch, and then into the side. Sorry, you're going to insert your hook into the eye, yarn over, drop a loop, and then into the side, yarn over, drop a loop, and then you're going to insert your hook into both loops of the last stitch. So my last stitch is right here. I'm going to do both loops like I normally would do in crochet. And then I'm going to yarn over, drop a loop. So I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on my hook. For row 3, I'm going to chain 1, and in the pattern notes it says the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so you need to work this next single crochet here when it says so in the pattern, because the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So it says next we need to single crochet in the first stitch. So right here, this first single crochet right there, we're going to single crochet. And then it says that we need to do 2 single crochets in each eye of the stars. So it can be kind of hard to see the eyes when you're looking at the wrong side. So if you're having trouble seeing the eyes, you can flip, and it's a little easier, I think, to see them. So you can see they're right there, 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 there. But so if you're having trouble finding where to place your hook, you can do that. So I'm going to put my hook into this first eye right here and do 2 single crochets. My next eye is right there. I'll do 2 single crochets. And again, the next one's right there. And so I'm just going to continue in this pattern across, doing 2 single crochets for every eye. And then I am going to continue on in the pattern and doing rows 4 through 49, or whatever size you're making. And then we'll meet back up for the armhole seams. I have finished my small swatch here showing the star stitch, and I ended with a single crochet at the top here. So now it says with right side facing, you're going to fold onto itself lengthwise so that you have a long, skinny rectangle. And this is how we are going to seam the armholes. We'll have the armholes along here. So for the seam, I'm just going to do a single crochet or a slip stitch seam. So starting at the edge and going up toward the fold, I'm going to go through both thicknesses and then slip stitch. And again, through both thicknesses, slip stitch. I'm going to do this all the way up until the specified number in the pattern, and then I'm going to do the other side, and then we will go over how to do round 1 of the border. So you can see I finished the armholes, and now I'm ready to do round 1 of the border stitch. And so I did turn this so right sides are facing again, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the marked stitch, and I'm going to be working into the unused chain for the foundation chain that we first made, and then slip stitch to join. And then we need to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then our beginning star stitch by going into the second chain, drawing up a loop, into the next chain, drawing up a loop, and then into the chain that our marked stitch is, drawing up a loop, and then into the next 2 chains, drawing up a loop in each of those. So again, we have 6 loops on our hook. We will yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and then chain 1. So I'm going to do that across for my round 1, and then we'll go over how to do the join star at the end of this round. I have 2 stitches left until the end of this round for the border, and so I'm going to do the joining star stitch with you. To begin, you stick your hook into the eye of the star, and then you drop a loop. You go into the side of the previous star, drop a loop, into the base of the star, drop a loop, and then into the next 2 stitches you drop a loop. So I have 6 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the beginning chain 3. So at the top of the beginning chain 3, I insert my hook, and I draw through all the loops on my hook like this, and chain 1. And then slip stitch into the top of the same beginning chain 3. So slip stitch like that. And that completes round 1. I'm not going to do any other of the rounds for this. I'm going to move on to the next portion of the pattern that we will go over, which is round 2 of the edging. So I'll meet you back up there. Okay, let's talk about round 2 of the edging. I have completed round 1 of the edging, and now I'm ready to do round 2. To begin, I chain 3, which does not count as a stitch, and then I do a front post treble crochet around the next stitch. So skipping this beginning chain 3, I'm going to yarn over twice and insert my hook around this stitch right here. So going front to back to front, working around the post, and then I yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then the next stitch is a back post treble crochet. So again, yarning over twice, but then working around this post right here, I'm going to do back post treble crochet. So going from front to back, or back to front to back, and then yarning over, drawing up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see how this works up with the front post treble crochet popping forward and the back post treble crochet popping backwards. So you continue that around for the edge, and that is round 2. I have already done round 1 of the sleeve. So let's talk about round 2 together. I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet decrease in case you are uncertain how to do that. To begin, you're going to chain 1 for your sleeve. And again, remember my sleeve is much smaller than yours because I made this sample size. And looking at it now, I think this actually might fit my daughter, so I might give this to her. Okay, so you are going to space single crochets evenly around. So you do single crochets, and then you're going to do single crochet decreases evenly around. So to do a decrease with single crochet, you insert your hook into the stitch, drop a loop, just like how you would normally do for a single crochet. But instead of yarning over and pulling through, you're going to go into the next stitch, insert your hook, drop a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And that is how you do the single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do this on both sleeves, and then we will meet back up on the cuff portion on round 6. Here I am on round 6 of the sleeve. Now again, my sleeve is much smaller and I don't have as much length to the sleeve because I made it smaller for the sample size, but I did do round 5 so you could see what it would look like with the back post single crochet. So to do round 6, you begin by chaining 1, and then instead of working right to left like you usually do with crochet, you're going to work left to right to do the reverse single crochet, and it makes a nice corded finish. So after I've chained 1, I'm going to insert my hook into the stitch, yarn over, drop a loop like that, yarn over, pull through 2. So it's the same motions as a regular single crochet, you're just going backwards. So like that, and then yarn over, pull through 2, into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll do it one more time. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see how it's making this twisted cord look, and it's a nice finishing border. So go ahead and do that for the other sleeve there, and enjoy wearing your Chunky Crochet Shrug. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed making the Chunky Crochet Shrug. You can now add photos to the Shared Photos gallery on the Annie's Creative Studio website. So if you do give the Chunky Crochet Shrug a try, we would love to see and share your work. You can find the Upload tab below. Also, you can add photos to Annie's Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram pages. And if you do, be sure to use the hashtag Annie's so we can see and share your work. Also, check out Annie's Crafts on YouTube. My name is Rachel Alford, and thank you for joining me today. And I hope you'll join me soon again on another one of my Annie's Creative Studio episodes.